Wow, we're seeing so many Mews, so many drippy people here at Dollhouse right now. I think Zeta is out showing us his fly self. Welcome Zeta. Welcome Billy, David, everyone that I see on my screen. Love you all. Thank you everyone for being here and welcome to Dollhouse. My name is Sinful and I am your host for tonight's show. I would like to take a moment to thank everyone that's joining us here this evening. It is an honor and a privilege to be standing in front of you all for another episode of Beyond the NFT. In in this week's episode, we will be featuring Vertex. So with that being said, I would like to introduce tonight's victims. I mean guests. I would like to introduce tonight's guests to our show. Our first guest is a metaverse DJ producer. He holds a weekly residency here at the Dollhouse and is host of Vertex. Let's give it up for Decentraland's very own Gucci.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for having me.
What's up, Gucci? I'm very happy to have you back on. You were on the second Beyond the NFT episode, I believe, or was it the first?
No, it was the second. The first I remember was Stony and Stones, and then it was me and Mitchie on the second episode.
Yes. So you go way back in Beyond the NFT history. So welcome back.
Yeah, I'm honored to be here. Definitely.
Let's see. Take a look here at the current lineup. Okay, cool. Making sure. Our next guest is a new media artist and designer and founder of Meta. Oh man, I'm sorry, but I would butcher
Atelier.
the artist. Yes, say it again.
Atelier.
Meta Atelier. Everyone, let's give a warm Decentraland welcome to Anne Zan Silver. Welcome.
Hello, GM. How's it going, everyone?
I think everyone's very excited for tonight's show. Excited to get to know you a little bit. Just yep.
I'm excited. Everyone looks like they're having such a good time out there. I'm loving it. Loving this live stream.
Do you also get distracted by everyone's drip? I've been just getting distracted by the shiny objects everywhere.
Yes, I love it. I feel like it's a place to get distracted with it. It's like this, if you're gonna get distracted, this is the place to do it.
It's part of the experience. Yeah. And so our final guest that I would like to introduce is an artist. He is a wearable creator. He is a modeler. I think he's done some coding. He's a pianist. I recently found out he plays piano. He is a mentor, a friend, weighing in at over 1,000 bodies painted. Let's give it up for the talented Paul Rustan.
Ayo.
Stop
distracting me. I'm re-rolling.
You're re-rolling. How many have you claimed so far? I know that
I have 7 so far.
And so, just for a little context, we're talking about the Vipe heroes, correct?
Yep. Vipe.
If everyone's not addicted to that yet, just make sure to look into Vipe and join the cult.
Vipe is actually one of our sponsors for Vertex, so that's a nice tie-in there.
Oh, yeah, totally. I was gonna pass it over to you, just to begin with Gucci, the main man Gucci. For those that are not familiar, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I will. Thank you. Yeah, my name's Gucci, aka Defector Dan. I'm a DJ and producer here in Decentraland. I've been here for, I don't know the exact date. I don't think it's quite 2 years, but it's got to be getting close there. But yeah, I've really been in love with the community ever since stepped foot in it and started connecting with people, which I feel like this is kind of what it's all about, is the community. And so, I've been here and, just kind of enjoying the ride and trying to create content as best I can to, bring something new to the space.
And I mean, you're out here, you're doing it. We're all doing it. We're doing it, Mr. Krabs. I guess so first question, what is Vertex?
So Vertex has the tagline of art meets music, and essentially what it is it's a live experience, audio visual experience where we create art live, or artists create art live to a DJ set that I mix. Um, and the idea kind of came from, I don't know, when I listen to music, I often will have, I don't know, these visuals in my head that I kind of put to the music. They inspire those scenes in my head. It's like the most active my imagination can get is when I can really immerse myself in music, and to be able to reach that certain headspace is something that I've always enjoyed, especially when I'm creating art myself. And so I thought that would be a really cool idea to to make a series out of this and try and create that headspace for other artists when they are doing their craft as well. And even more than that, present it to an audience who can enjoy it and watch an artist process and enjoy some music that that hopefully will go along with what the artist is creating. And hopefully, my initial thought was that this music would, I don't know, I don't want to say inspire, because that that's kind of I don't think it's the right word, but sort of play a role and have an effect on the artist process, or their their thinking, their creative direction, I guess you would say. So that's kind of the motivation behind this series. And when we first did it, it was, we had the Vertex token. It was all for Decentralanders, Stony, Oddjob, Bubblegum, and SRJH. That was the first series. We also offered the Vertex token, which we still do. It's kind of grown since then. And what the Vertex token does is it offers, and let me know if I'm jumping ahead to some of your other questions or something. I don't want to just like ramble through your list of, like, well, he just did the whole show, in one go. So yeah, please do stop me if I'm talking too much.
Yeah.
But no, Vertex token. So it goes along with the show, and what it does is it affords the holders the all of the NFTs that are created live in front of their face. It also gives them an exclusive Decentraland wearable that goes along with the show. This is series 3, so we're up to our third piece. This wearable is the shoes. They're like a Van style slip-on with a checkered rainbow pattern. Really, really cool wearable for this series. And you also get the 3D token. And and with this series, I mentioned earlier, the Vibe, we got a partnership with Vibe. So everybody that buys a Vertex token for this series has a chance to win one of 2 NFTs, Vibe NFTs, the heroes. So at the end of the series, and we'll pick 2 token holders to win those, which is kind of cool. And I don't think we realized how cool it's going to be, because when we worked this out with Vibe, we didn't realize the buzz, or I personally didn't realize the buzz that the Vibe heroes were going to have. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm kind of jealous that I can't get a chance at those.
Don't worry, I'm on that same boat with you, Gucci. And so for anyone listening or watching at DollHouse or on any other platform, on the bottom left of your screen, you will see a QR code that is linked to the Vertex token, correct?
That's correct. And make sure you use that. Either use that or go to my Twitter or Tang's Twitter or DollHouse, anybody that's kind of affiliated with this series, and make sure you get it, because there in the past 2 series there's been nefarious copycat OpenSea profiles there, and that's no good.
It's okay.
So use an official vetted link.
Go to your official sponsors and affiliates, please, everyone.
Right.
So you have had 2 seasons of Vertex so far. What can you tell us about season 3?
So season 3 is we've kind of first of all, let me say that Tang Poco has kind of helped me and allowed me to elevate this series in a major way. I think we saw how it was, how the community responded to it on series 1, and so she's really helped me put this together and elevate the production quality and the reach of this series. So in series 3, we've got the 5 artists, 2 of which are here, our very own Rustan, which I'm super excited about. Rustan and I's relationship goes back pretty far as well, like in relatively speaking, in metaverse years, so I'm super pumped, and I've always been a big admirer of his work, and really look forward to that show. We've got Ann Zan, who we have on the call here today. Super pumped for that. Ann is part of the Hug.xyz, or she's a Hug.xyz artist. Excuse me, Ann, I'm sure we can talk a little more to that. But the Hug.xyz is also another one of our partners for this. So they provided 2 artists for us for this series 3, Ann Zan, and then Jam Jam, who may or may not be joining us, not certain. But he does pixel art and stuff like that.
Okay.
Sorry, I heard myself for a second there.
That was me testing, because Tang was telling me that she wasn't hearing anything, but I think we could hear it. We're fine here.
For us, the series 3.
You can hear yourself. Sorry about that.
No, I thought I was having a flashback. I didn't know. So, had to find my touchstone. No, yeah. So yeah, basically, who else? So we have Saren as well, Baby Doll herself. She went on week 1 and she did a portrait of, I don't know if it's a portrait of Father Finn, and it was amazing. It was amazing to see her work, and it's funny. Last night I kind of experienced, and I always kind of knew this when I started the series, but giving people a time limit to do something, to work their craft, especially something that takes a long time, typically, that you would time that you would take to perfect what you're doing, usually, and saying, hey, here's an hour and a half, we're going to do this live art, create what you can. That's a lot of pressure. Like, I did Stoney's Mo Beats show last night, and I was like, oh Jesus, this is tough, to have this time limit on you. Like, usually when I do a song, I do it in, like, I don't know, quickest I've ever done it, probably like a couple of days, but usually it's a week or so of editing and just going back and tweaking stuff. So I totally feel the pain of the artist when they have that measly 1.5 hours. But no, back to the show. Sarah Main also is the other artist. Sarah Main, you may have recognized from over at Buffalo Saloon. He brought her into the space for the Ibiza takeover that he's been doing. She's an amazing house DJ, like simply amazing house DJ, very talented, world renowned, but she's also an artist. You also may know her from the DKNY closing party for Metaverse Fashion Week. And she has some amazing art out there. I would strongly advise you to go check out Sarah's art and her music. Simply a pro at her craft. So it's we have a stellar lineup. I'm super pumped. And if you look on the back wall here at the DollHouse, you'll see some of Ann Zan's work, or one piece on the flyer. It's the bottom right quadrant there. But her art is really stunning, and I'm super pumped to work with Anne on this and see her work live. So super pumped. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's Series 3.
Okay, so before we pass it over to AZ, my final question for you is what are some aspects about this what are some aspects in this season that people should kind of keep an eye out for? Is there anything new that you're like adding to the secret sauce for this event?
Well, I think expanding, and it's kind of not fun, I guess, for at least the user's experience, but I think expanding partnerships across across different organizations, that's kind of big for me on the back end of things. To have a major organization like the Hug partner with us, that's a big deal. Like, they do great things for the art community, the Web3 art community. So to be partnered up with them is, I think it's special. Same thing for Vipe, which operates under Polygonal Mind, and we all know that they do amazing work here in Decentraland and elsewhere as well. They're a very they're a great studio, and to work with them is amazing. I've been working with them for a while, just as in terms of DJing and stuff like that, and so. Um, I know that they they operate in a very professional manner, and they're just a solid group of people. So that, number one, is like one of the biggest differences. Number two, bringing in more artists that are from outside of Decentraland. We want to keep a balance of Decentraland artists and those that are simply Web3 and from outside of Decentraland, because we want to expand our footprint of DCL. Not so much our footprint. We want to create awareness for DCL outside of the DCL community, and in the inverse of that, we want to broaden these artists' audience. Give the DCL community a look at artists that they may not have experienced before, and hopefully grow their audience as well. So I think those are for me, Series 3, those are the two things that kind of stand out the most as, vast improvements.
I love it. And yeah, totally. I love that aspect that you're bringing in, featuring more artists from outside, just our Decentraland circle. Because, yeah, like, a healthy community is a big community with far-reaching talents. So I welcome it. I welcome everything you're doing, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And
can I say? I'm sorry. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go for
And
it.
expanding into Hyperfi, the last season in season 2, we did. First of all, season 1 was strictly Decentraland. Season 2 was Decentraland and Spatial. Season 3 is Decentraland and Hyperfi, which I'm really digging so far. It's amazing, and we've seen our friends here in Decentraland build out their worlds in Hyperfi. So it's really cool to be able to do that. True Band Room is this coming week with Anzan. This week, not this coming week, this Thursday, Anzan at True Band Room's Hypervised space. So it's really cool to be able to utilize a different space, both with, again, Decentraland folks and then people from outside of Decentraland, which is the plan. So yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Just wanted to throw that in there. So shout out True Band Room. Thank you so much. Also, Rustan's place. We're doing Rustan's Hyperfi for his show, which will be the last show of the series, the grand finale, so to speak.
The grand finale. I mean, I can't think of a better way for a grand finale than with our very good friend Paul Rustan.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna pass it over to Anne. Hello, Anne.
Hello. Hey.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. It's a pleasure meeting you. So I guess to get started, could you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Sure, yeah. Let's see. So I have been creating art pretty much my whole life. I formally started studying digital art like back in 1997, 1997 or something, 1998. So I've been studying digital art for a long time. I studied graphic design in school, and I got into Web3 back in like 2021. And my first community I ever joined was the Hug. And that was my first community, like my first Web3 NFT community, and the first NFT I ever bought. So so for me, yeah, I'm super grateful that they connected me with this, because Hug has been an amazing place to grow as an artist. I'm coming from like a commercial arts background, with marketing and doing web design and all that stuff, and I basically like just decided I was going to give myself a year, this was in 2021, to focus on art as a Web3 artist, and just make NFTs and just make whatever I wanted to make for me, and no other agenda, but just like enjoying it as much as possible. And I haven't stopped. I just have been like lucky enough to be able to just keep going with it, and more and more opportunities come, and I try to like accept every opportunity that comes my way, and I have like so many projects I want to work on, and I'm just like bit by bit working on all the stuff I want to do. So yeah, I came into this world like as a graphic designer, I guess. And then I realized, actually, I'm a new media artist, because, I love animation. I love video. I love 3D work. I love everything. Like for me, art is life. So I'm just like.
Could you just give a quick description of what a new media artist is? For our
Yeah,
listeners?
so like, let's see, the last time I checked Wikipedia, it said that a new media artist was like anyone who does digital. It's like an umbrella term for someone who does digital art, animation. I mean, it can be any of these things. Like, you don't have to do all of them, but
Okay.
for me, I really like that, because it gave me the freedom. It gives me the freedom and continues to give me the freedom to explore and not have to like put myself in a box. So yeah, so it's like anything that's digital, that's like Web3 definitely falls under new media art, and it can be anything like virtual reality, augmented reality, like, yeah, all of these things. So I think a lot of us actually are, but for me, once I learned that term, I was like, oh yeah, that's me. So I find it's the easiest way to explain like what I do.
I have
Because
heard the term being said before, but I've never had the opportunity to ask someone like what is your definition of new media artist? And
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, so that's how I got into this space. And for me, it's like the first time in my life, besides, when I was a kid, just messing around with art, having fun. Yeah, I see you like scrolling through all my Twitter stuff. I'm pretty like transparent when it comes to just like, me as the artist and my art, and it's like it's one and the same. It's like it all comes together as a package, So thanks for all the likes. I love that. Here, see, art versus artist. It's totally it. So like, throughout my life in my past, I've done like graffiti art. When I was younger, I would stay up late and go tag like, under like train bridges and stuff, and just like wherever. So it's cool because I've recently reconnected with that part of myself, but I've been doing it digitally because, I haven't really been able to get out and like actually use some cans of spray paint or whatever, and like so that's what some of my stuff that you had scrolled through was, like my digital versions of actually like AI created digital versions. So a lot of my work right now that I'm doing will either begin with like my photograph or my animation, or a text prompt, and then I will use AI to collaborate with myself, and then take it even further into something like this piece right here. It was actually like a portrait of myself, and then I put it through some AI filters, and then I started drawing on top of it and then adding animations to it. And this piece was actually in the BFF Metaverse Fashion Week, the spatial experience that they had. So they had a gallery. I don't know if any of you were in the spatial fashion week experiences, but that was a piece from there. And so, yeah, and I'm just now starting to get to a spot where I can start thinking about wearables as well. So like I've been making in real life clothes with my art on it, and then the next thing I want to do is make, you know, the digital wearables for people to be able to wear. So another thing I've been experimenting with lately is doing an augmented reality effect like on a shirt. So I love animation, but of course, like if I print something on my shirt, it's going to be a static image, which is cool. But now I'm like experimenting more with having oh yeah, well, I can tell you as you're scrolling through, like you got this right here. So I recently did this, and I'll come back to the other story in just a second, but I recently did this holographic it was like this holographic portal tube thing that was at Bitcoin 2023. And so like I had the piece, this animation that I created that was basically this, but it lasted for about a minute. So there was just a whole bunch of stuff going on with this particular character. And so I always wanted to do lenticular printing. I used to work in printing for Chrysler Fiat Chrysler automobiles, like back in 2012. And they also had a lenticular printer that they did work with. And so I was like, wow, I'd love to do that. That'd be so cool. And so anyways, this year I was like, this is my year. I'm going to do all the stuff I've always wanted to do, like my whole life. And so this is a piece I just made about like, I think I received it about 2 weeks ago. I received that in the mail. So that was actually like 2 stills from the holographic animation that I made. And it's this lenticular piece. And it was just a prototype. I made like 2 of them, but I really liked it. I want to explore that further. But back to the AR clothing. So I really love the idea of having my art like on a shirt or whatever. I mean, anything in real life, a pillowcase. And oh, so there's the portal with the holographic piece down in Miami. What was it? Last month, the end of May, 3rd week of May. But yeah, that was through Nulcha shows. That was a really cool opportunity to have that in a holographic portal, which was like one of its kind. It's the only one that exists in the world that is exactly like this. So that was a really cool opportunity to be able to do that. So anyways, to commemorate that, I made that lenticular piece to just sort of give me the vibe of it. Since I don't have one of these tubes at home, you know. But yeah, so I've just been, you know, going through, and here's the piece that's like a t-shirt that I made with this character, but it'll work with anything that has this character on it, and it sort of like melts into this gruesome like zombie experience, you know. So yeah, anyways, so I'm just starting to play with that, which I would love to do, to incorporate that element in the piece that I make on Thursday. I'd love to be able to incorporate a number of these things. So that's pretty much like what I do as an artist, is I try to combine as many things as I can into one piece that like makes sense, you know, without it like being too much or clunky or whatever. Like I want it to be sort of like, I want it to make sense as the piece. It's hard to say because a lot of what I do is like in the moment and very intuitive, and I just try to like listen to what is this piece about right now, and like, you know, I try to listen to like the spirit of the piece, I guess, you know, the piece of art that I'm making. But yeah, right now I've just been playing with AI videos and like just distorting so many different things.
Yeah, so
I'm having so much fun with it.
So yeah, I've been meaning to kind of ask you going back to Beauty's Charm.
Mhm.
Like right here, you had mentioned you used the word you collaborated with the AI.
Mhm.
So once you got to the final product, what percentages would you say kind of like the collaboration ended up being like between you and the AI? Like, would you say
Hmm.
50% for
It's
you?
so hard.
Go ahead.
Okay, sure. Yeah, no, it's so hard to say because, well, so the initial photograph was me, and then I set it through an AI filter, and had like 200 different versions of me made with, just like different art styles. So one of the pieces that I took that I liked was this image. So if you look under all the things that are moving, then that is what the AI created. And then on top of that, I started adding things like I added the leaves onto it, the earring. I added like the thing that's on the forehead. And then I added like the makeup to it, and the background that has like the strokes. And then it also kind of looks like a sunset happening. So I added that to it as well. There's probably like 50 layers in this piece. And so that was, so like I basically started layering it on top of this AI portrait of myself. If that helps to understand like how it's all come together.
Yeah, totally. I mean, from where I'm standing and hearing, it sounds like it was like a 50-50 collaboration with AI.
Maybe. That's a really great question. I mean, I hadn't even thought of it that way, but that's a really great question to think about, like what percentage. Yeah, I heard someone talking about this past week where they were saying that actually when I was listening to the Peter Gabriel thing yesterday on Twitch, where Peter Gabriel was, talking to these different artists that were working on this music video for him, and the guy said he was using AI to collaborate with himself, and I was like, that is such a brilliant way to say it. And that's like exactly what I've been doing. So I've been thinking of it in terms of like I'm the master artist and I've got the AI working as my assistant. But it's kind of like I'm collaborating with myself. It's like I'm cloning myself in a way and doing these things with, just taking it back in. I don't know.
What if collaborating with an AI was just like a form of you being able to collaborate with yourself in some alternate universe?
Oh yeah, I love that.
Now I'm getting
Yeah,
deep here.
yes, 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 yes. I
So,
think it's
oh, go
amazing.
ahead.
I'm able to do so much more that like I couldn't really do on my own before this. So I'm able just to take things so much further and produce so much more. With that help, with like the shortcuts that I'm able to take, because I can be like, okay, produce like 20 of these things, of these types of images, and I can just see. And even if I don't end up using them, I can use them as like a brainstorming tool, to
Inspiration.
help
Yep.
me see like, yeah, to be like, is this gonna work? Will this concept work? What would that look like? So it helps me to really like to visualize where a piece is going.
Wow, wow. I mean, I love kind of getting that perspective of, an artist, like an artist that has been doing this for a long time, and like their thoughts on collaborating with AI. I know that our friend here in the chat, Rustan, has a kind of like a similar thought on this matter as well. So my last question for you, AZ, is how has all this metaverse craziness been treating you? How are you feeling about it?
Oh, I mean, it's great. Like, I started getting into virtual reality like back in, my God, I want to say like 2016, 2015. Like, I had the Samsung like Gear VR, then like the HTC Vive. We had like our sensors up. Like my husband's way into it as well, so like we had our sensors up in our in the corners of our room back in the day, like and all these wires hooked up to us. And like now it's just like you just put on a headset and it's so easy. And then with Apple coming out with like their headset today, like that was cool and all. I mean, it definitely gave me the hype that I felt when HoloLens came out in 2016. Like that blew my mind away. So I live in Seattle, so like here there's so much virtual reality like that's been going on for like almost a decade. So I think it's cool that it's starting to become way more mainstream. I used to do like alt space and all this stuff. And then I went on maternity leave for a couple years, and I'm just like, hell yeah, like I can jump back to it. Like I love Decentraland. This is awesome tonight. I'm just like, I'm totally vibing with this. So for me, I'm loving it. Like it's totally changed my life. I'm so glad that, there's just more to do now. Like there's more into it and it's becoming more accessible, and it will only become more so. And there's just like, it's super inspiring because there's so many things to do if you're a creator, like the art, the music, the clothes, like, the avatar, like whatever you want to do. The
Exactly.
sky's the limit. Yeah.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. So this all this isn't necessarily new to you. It's more of like a different place.
Yep. Exactly. Feels it's like a different place. Yeah, for sure. I love it because it's just like, let's just keep it going. I think it's a beautiful thing.
Exactly. And so I know I had said that the last question was my last question for you, but I lied. Uh, my last question for you at this very moment, maybe,
Yeah.
is what are you most excited for everyone to see in your upcoming Vertex episode?
Oh my goodness. Well, I think I'm most excited for everyone to see just like how an artist nowadays is involving, tech way more than someone might think of an artist, like it's not necessarily like a paintbrush on paper, like there's so many, writing code can be a form of art as well. So, just to expand the concept of like what is art. I think that's kind of the vibe that I'm going with right now in life, is just like, what is art and what beautiful thing can we create? I was thinking it'd be cool to get some input from while I'm doing it. It'd be nice to get some input so I could really customize the piece for what people want to see. So maybe we could figure out a way to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's most definitely a way to get that together. I'm sure Tank Poco can help you, or if not, like I know that I'll be in touch with Gucci, helping him with OBS, so we could always try to brainstorm there and see of the possibilities.
Cool. But yeah, thanks so much. I appreciate it. The invite to be here and to share some of what I do. So thanks so much.
It's been an absolute pleasure meeting you. I'm happy that you joined us tonight. And so for just a kind of a reminder, anyone that is here on this call, like just feel free to ask questions to each other if you have any. Just pop the mic open and go and ask away. So I do see that our friend, our guest here has joined us. Welcome. Okay, I guess I can do my introduction that I had going for them. Our guest here that will be speaking shortly is an art creator, an educator, and CEO of Jam Jam Art. Let's give it up for Jam Jam, everyone. Just feel free to unmute whenever you get a chance.
What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up?
Hey, Jam Jam, you made it. Welcome.
Here. How y'all doing?
We doing good. We doing good. Hanging out, having a good night.
Yep. Likewise, I just ate some dinner. Now I'm dancing in Decentraland, working on some drawings.
That's awesome. Work. I know that artists are always staying busy, always creating. So I guess I can kind of pass it over to you, and like kind of, I guess we can get started with. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yep. Sure, no problem. So hey y'all, my name's Jamali. I'm pretty much doxed, and that's it. I'm Jamali, and that's all you need to know. No, actually, my name's Jamali, and I do all sorts of stuff. I'm mostly like Anzan, an all-around art lover. I guess I could call myself a new media artist because I do animations and AI stuff and um like moving images, all types of things. I've been an artist for all pretty much most of my 33 years of life. Wait, yeah, 34ish years of life. Um, and I've just been illustrating. I can just remember going to high school, filling up sketchbooks of, like not even sketchbooks. It would be what's those things called? Notebooks for class, right? We would have to take notes in class, and instead of just noting, I would be like drawing doodles or like making my own memes. Like memes didn't really exist back in like 98, 97, no, I wasn't doing it then. 2004, 2005-ish is when I really started doing it. But I was making like my own little comics with my friends and just like having fun things to laugh at. And so that's always been a part of my work, is just like this kind of satirical like vibes, but not in a harsh way. I try and keep it positive vibes and like and and because I don't want to hurt nobody, you know what I mean. I know what it's like to be hurt, and I know what it's like to be oppressed um and freaking just all that stuff, you know what I mean. So that's what my artist here for, is to help people feel good about themselves, feel good about their art, see that it's accessible, and that's a big part of why I teach, and a big part of why I do like public art as well, because I went to art school. I went to the Pacific Northwest College of Arts out in Portland. Shout out to Portland. And um, I just started to teach out there, and it just kind of all made sense for me. So and also I learned so much history about just artists from around the world, and about world arts history, and about Black artists, and especially being a Black artist myself, like that was like really important. I was like, well, I'm already kind of doing drumming, and I'm already kind of like doing some other stuff. Let me just actually like focus on what I'm actually super good at, which is drawing and painting. So yeah, so that's I've been teaching classes for shoosh since like 2014, right? 2014, 2015. It's almost 10 years now. I started off doing like paint and sip classes, and those are super fun. But it came time to like do my own thing. So here I am. I got my own business. I got my own NFTs. I have my own contracts, smart contracts, and yeah, I freaking love Web3. I've met so many cool people, including everyone here.
How long have you been in Web3?
Good question. I've been playing on the blockchain since like late 2021. Actually, mid 2021 is when I started investing in Bitcoin. And then I found out about NFTs and like took it serious later that year.
I see, I see. So it's been quite a while, speaking in metaverse terms, like
Hmm.
it seems like, just a few months in this space feels like, I don't know, like half a year.
Yeah, it really does. Time flies super quick.
You had mentioned kind of that you have been doing art for as long as you can remember, or could you are there like any inspirational figures like that were in your life that kind of inspired you to kind of use art as a creative outlet?
That's a great question. Wow. Um, Also, I love your username, by the way.
Thank you.
That's super fun. Was there anybody who inspired me? I would say yes. Both my parents, my dad, rest in peace, he had a bunch of like albums, right? So, like vinyl albums, but he would have like crates and crates of them. So I remember like going in the basement where my parents' room was, and they would have like the music room, and they always had these albums as long as I was growing up and was always into music. But I remember specifically I would go down to the music room and just like chill out and like put on a record and just like look at the different like album covers, right? Because that's in
I love this.
2006, 2005, like we didn't have the internet the way that it exists today, right? Where we can just like go to Discogs and like see the art and
Mhm.
plus it's a completely different situation and feeling and experience when you have like a physical thing in your hand. So I think that was a big part of it. And then I was always surrounded by like um, just creative stuff. I was always intrigued by like science. My mom had me like in choir and like school choir, and like she also did a lot of like doodling herself, right? So just like filling up sketchbooks or like just doing like craftsy stuff, making little people out of wire, like just making stuff. So it was always like there was always a strong maker hand in my family. Like my dad built cabinets and stuff as well. So yeah, it's always been like in me. Like I feel like I can't stop.
It's your happy place.
It really is.
Oh man, I love that, and thank you for sharing. So, let's see. I think I had a. I guess not. I guess moving in, like I'm looking at all your art here in your website. You have some dope pixel art, I have to say.
You.
What can
Thank
you tell us about kind of like the art that you will be making for us all during your Music Matrix episode? Or is there a
uh,
certain theme that you might be going for, or uh, or whatever it may be?
Another good question. I thought about it when you asked and Zan, but I didn't come up with an answer yet. I think what I'm what I'm gonna do, I definitely want to do something pixel related, and I just want to show y'all like what it's like to vibe out and pixel live and create like an animation. And because I don't know if if anyone's listening has ever been to one of my classes, but I'm pretty like teacher mode, and it's just like, hey, like I'm in it, like I'm gonna show you what to do, and like this is how we do it step by step. So I think like in a more just kind of chill live stream mode, I'm just excited for y'all to just see me work. You know what I mean? Like I'm not often like just rambling or whatever. I'm just like just vibing out to the music. And what I realized is that like when I'm listening to music, sometimes it's hard for me to like bob my head or like move my body like I want to, because it shakes the paper or it moves the iPad pen, and that's not what I want. So I've started to like just see how my pencil strokes or strokes of whatever is affected by the beat, right? And so it's kind of like a trippy thing to like see and like be comprehensive of as I'm doing it, right? To like see my hand like drawing lines and marks to the beat, especially because it's like sometimes I'll be doing it with like illustration or line. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one right there. Sometimes I'll be doing it with line art or illustrations, just like the image that's on the screen right now. Like that was a chalk sign that I did. I
Hmm.
actually absolutely love the characters on that one. Um, but
Wonder if I can zoom in. Oh, not too much. Yeah,
man,
I was just admiring this piece right here. Very, very clean. From someone that kind of has like worked at a restaurant and like have seen artists, like legit artists come in and do our chalkboard and make it look amazing. Like I do admire this a lot.
yeah, that was a good one. I got free smoothies that whole commission.
Oh, free smoothies. Let's go.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. So,
we got the sloth here. Oh, he's wearing got a lot of instruments on him. He's a jack of all trades. So, I guess my next question to you is, what can you tell us about Jam Jam Art?
hmm, Jam Jam Art is my art company that we focus on teaching art, selling awesome art merchandise, and producing art that's gonna make you feel good and make you smile. So that's really what I'm about, and I decided to go ahead and incorporate that thing. And so that's Jam Jam Art. It encompasses a lot. Mostly it encompasses um the courses. So my Push and Pixel series that I've done over the past year that I'm about to start back up. Um it also includes my like live painting classes. It also includes what else? Vendor booth merch stuff, but also other workshops, right? So the paint and sip classes, the mural workshops, um, summer camps. I'm doing some summer camps this summer. Actually, I've already started one. Today was the first day. So yeah, that's Jam Jam Art. Where I'm out here teaching, sharing cool art, and trying to make the world a better place through it.
I love it, and I have to say, I love being in the presence of an educator. I can tell how passionate you are about teaching art and kind of have that mentality, that teacher mentality. And it's something like, very important in this space in general. Like at the current state of the space, like we need more educators, more people that are willing to teach.
Mhm. Mhm. And that's pretty much why I started. That's not why I started doing pixel art, but that's really what like pushed me into really liking pixel art because I s- I started doing pixels and stuff and just having fun making the little animations, and then I thought, well, I'm online and it's hard for me to like do physical things at the moment, as far as like host class and venue wise. So let me just start an online class, and I've been doing that, and that has really been fruitful because it's within the research of like, okay, what do I need to teach people in class? It's taught me like how to be exponentially better, right, as an animator and as an illustrator, and also as like a colorist as well. I feel like I'm one of those people that likes to use every single color in the crayon box, or if I got a pencil set, like I need to use all the colors.
Yes.
But I've really come to learn to love a limited color palette. I've been working especially with this one called Vintage 94, and it's like 8 colors, but it's like orange and turquoise and like a kind of dusty yellow, but and like a really like nice teal. So yeah, it's been a whole evolution. Let me tell you, it's been a whole evolution for my art. I love where I'm at, and I love this journey for sure.
And it's a pleasure having you here tonight. And I hope that, beyond Vertex, you begin to kind of hang out and find a kind of like a what kind of like a calling within like the space, and just try to push towards helping others and educating.
Absolutely. And I mean, if someone could hang out with me for a minute and educate me on how to make some cool Decentraland gear, I'd love that as
Oh,
well. So,
this Discord that you're in right now, actually, like we always have like someone in voice chat that knows something about Blender. So always feel free, like if you see a bunch of us hanging out, just jump in and ask some Blender questions. Like we got you. Um,
nice.
yeah, this is definitely a very cool Discord. It's like a kind of like a collective of communities here in Decentraland. So, you might meet someone that is from another community of like that does dope shit. So always keep an eye out,
Cool. And I also like how the acronym is CVD.
Community building Decentraland. We got it. uh, we've always wondered how'd that look in the eyes of the public, but then I think there came a time where we just didn't care anymore.
It's like hidden in plain sight. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, like Sinful Meat Stick, you know?
Oh my god.
uh,
I read it before and I was like, oh man, that's kind of funky. And then when you hear it, it's different.
call me sinful. Call me sinful.
Hot meat stick.
Or Meat Stick. You can call me Meat Stick. Well, thank you for being here tonight. And I'm gonna pass the mic over to our good friend Rustan. How are you doing, Rustan? You still with
Hey
us?
yo, hey yo, hey yo.
Yo.
Listening to our new friends here.
I mean, we have some very, very talented new friends sitting here in this call with us. Wouldn't you say, Rustan?
Definitely, yeah. It's cool to see their work and hear their minds
Mm-hmm.
while I roll away.
While you roll away, any luck so far since the last time since the intro?
I have one regretful pass,
Oh.
but that's life. That's life on the last roll, you know.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You're down to your last OG, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, from what I've heard, you're like the mentor. You're the man. People like go to you and be like, "Is this a good one?"
Well, you know, I am bummed to see how many people are like scrapping to be able to mint like. And I was talking about Vipe like 2 months ago, you know, and I was talking about Hyperfi like back in February, you know. So it's like next time I drop some alpha, guys, listen to me.
Yes, listen to Rustan. So I guess for those, well, yeah, for those that are just hearing you for the first time, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, Rustan?
Yeah, I'm a body painter. I paint on people and then I photograph them. I've been doing it for 18 years now. Yeah, 18 years. And I'm an old man. I'm probably the oldest person in this chat. And I dove into Web3 in 2021 of March and never looked back. Like I understood NFTs, the value of NFTs immediately. And I never looked back. And I basically quit the real world life to put my art in Web3. I explored crypto back in 2014 and got bored of it. And so I jumped right back in when I saw crypto and art combined.
Yeah, exactly. Like, back in 2014, there wasn't really a use case for any crypto. And then even back in 2017, it's like, okay, we have sub tokens, we have tokens of tokens, but what can we do with it?
Right.
And then
I was actually playing crypto poker back in 2014, and then I just got bored.
Yes, I mean, those were the only use cases, or like buying stuff on dark websites.
I even figured out how to make my own cold wallet, before ledgers and everything were available. And it was so tedious and scary, and that's basically the thing that sort of made me just let it go. Was like, oh man, this is just too tedious. I don't want to deal with this crap.
Yep, the technology was not there. I mean, as we keep going,
and then also, the way that I tell people about Hyperfi and Vipe and everything, back then I was telling my family and my friends, like, have you guys heard of Bitcoin? You guys should jump on Bitcoin. This is the shit. And my dad, whose mind I respect, was like, nah, there's no way that's gonna do any good. And so like I listened to that. And in 2022, he had the nerve to ask me if I heard about Bitcoin.
No. Oh no. What did you play it cool?
I'm never listening to you again, sir.
Okay. Life is a long journey of hit or miss paths.
Yeah.
Some opportunities we may hit, other opportunities we may not hit, but the beauty of it actually is that we live through these times that people will talk about in, let's say, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. We're
Yeah.
living them. We have lived them.
I actually have like, it seems to be a consistent knack for like operating with future foresight. Like I was doing live streams back in 2011. I did the first body painting live stream back in 2011 on Google Plus in a Google Plus Hangout, and like 100,000 people watched it, and
Holy
it was
shit.
420p. It was crazy. And that was a crazy day. Actually, it was like I had scheduled a model to paint live. I scheduled a friend to help me with some of the tech, like back behind the scenes camera work and stuff, and just like making sure that my computer was working while I was painting this person. And I borrowed my friend's mansion to paint in, and I was gonna photograph her outside in the pool, and there was a hurricane.
What the fuck?
And like this is a good story to tell because it kind of relates to what I'm doing for Vertex.
Ooh.
But basically, like everything organized, planned, scheduled perfectly, and then a hurricane showed up to try to screw it up. But I don't quit, so we still did it despite the hurricane. And there was like a tree fell down next to the pool, a huge tree. And what was beautiful was like underwater, which is where I shot it. It was like totally peaceful. And then you come out of the water and it's like pouring rain and like crazy windy, you know. But we got it done. And the reason I bring that up is I'm overdoing things live. Like since then, I did probably in the next 3 years after that, like until 2014, maybe I did probably like 7 or 8 live body paintings, and then I just got bored of it. Same as I did with crypto. You know, I got bored of it, and I was telling everybody back then, like, you guys just wait and you see what happens in like 5 to 10 years. Everybody's gonna be doing things live on Instagram and on Facebook, and you're gonna see people like sharing really stupid, uninteresting things. You're gonna see amazing things. You're gonna see people committing suicide. And I was like, and it all came true. It all came true. And then people are like, "Hey, Rustan, have you tried doing a live body painting? You know, in 2020?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've done that before."
Been there, done that.
So for Vertex, Gucci asked me if I wanted to do something for Vertex, and I was like, "Of course," because I'll do anything Gucci asks, because he's a god, and he's done so much for me. You know, we've partnered together so many times, so I'm not saying no to my boy. And but I said, could I do a pre-record just to make it better, because like all the scheduling, everything involved in doing a live body painting will just worsen the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
And so actually, see, today's Monday. Yesterday I did the body painting, and everything went smooth. I sent Gucci the video footage already. I'm going to prepare the NFT. I'm very excited about the NFT because I've been working on this new way to display a body painting as an NFT. I had to invest in a 360 camera, so it like the one that like goes around the body.
Mm-hmm.
Actually stands there. And so I've already done months of NFTs with that style, but I haven't released any of it because I want to do a big release. But this Vertex token is going to have my first 360, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Ooh, that's super interesting. So how does 360 camera work? Wow, I'm such a noob, but why not? Let's ask it.
It's like
Is your model holding it?
If you look it up, like the biggest use case for these things are like at corporate parties and big events like that, where guests can just like go with their friends and stand on this platform, and then a camera revolves around them. And it's funny because as I was like learning about it and trying to understand it, like all the information you get about it is like you invest in this thing that costs like $1,800, and you earn money at parties. So that's like the whole point. You buy this thing so you can make money at parties. That's and like rent it out. You know? Basically, right? But for me, it was like, no, I need this to document my artwork and sell it as an NFT. And of course, there's no like, you know, knowledge of that on YouTube. And I was like, damn, $1,800. I don't really want to pay that much for this thing. But like that could be just one NFT sale. But I'm also like the most cruel person in the world because I spent my entire life on a shoestring budget, and I went back to my eBay Roots, and I found one that was 45 minutes away from me for $400 plus $300 shipping. And I said, I can come pick it up, scrap the shipping, and they let me do it. So I got it for $400. So I'm excited about that.
That's cool. How far from home was that drive to pick it up?
Just 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you had just mentioned. Okay, that's good. Yeah, right now I'm like trying to frantically look for like 360 cameras, and now I'm seeing someone recording sharks. I know you are a big fan of sharks.
Yeah, I love sharks, man. I need to go back in the water. Actually, it's been a while.
Been a while. Do a little surfing or just enjoying?
Surfing. I used to photograph surfers in the water. So I surf, but I ended up preferring photographing surfers because I like being in the water and with my head sticking out and just floating around, you know. And there's a lot of sea creatures out here in the Pacific Ocean, you know. Like I've surfed with some big animals. Surfed with a whale not too long ago. A whale was like 15 feet away from me.
Oh my god. So speaking of whales, this I think it was either this morning or yesterday morning. I like woke up, went on my social media, just indulging, and I saw a video of a whale swallowing two kayakers in San Francisco, I believe, or San Diego, one of the two. Luckily, these two people survived, but like,
yeah, because I think they don't bite. They just like, it's like in Pinocchio, right? At least that's what I was taught watching the Disney movie. Maybe they do bite, but I don't think they bite.
They just like, wow, you know, swallow you, and then you'll be like, what the fuck, and crawl
like,
out.
damn it. Which end am I gonna come out of?
Oh god. never thought about that one there, sir. So you know, Rustan, you're making Beyond the NFT history here tonight.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
you are the first person to be on Beyond the NFT for the third time. How do you do it?
Now I'm gonna have to like, it's like those what do they call them, like the player standings when you play like online games and stuff. Now it's gonna be like another obsession of mine to stay on top. Great.
Yep. You better look out for Gucci Toe and Stony Eye. Stony, they're your competitions.
Hey, those are two guys that I'm more than happy to let pass me up.
But yeah, we definitely, it's always exciting to have someone be back for Beyond the NFT. I mean, you're always like welcome back on because you're always doing dope shit, dude. You're always like doing something new, have something fascinating to talk about.
Yeah, I get bored real easy, I think, so I'm always looking for something interesting and how I can apply it.
And so as far as, I guess I haven't spoken to you much about even like Hyperfi lately. Like, are there any new features that have recently been added? Oh god, your answer.
well, this is crazy because there are, and I haven't explored them yet, which is unusual for me to say, right? Because I'm usually like deep in the trenches. But yeah, there's new apps already lined up. Like there's the emote app. I haven't tested it out yet. I know Oddjob is looking into it right now. Like they have all this cool new stuff, but I've been busy the last week. I've been rebuilding Casa Rustan to come out for the next DJ battle on Wednesday, so in 2 days.
I see. Interesting. So bye to old Casa Rustan on Decentraland? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, it's obsolete.
Oh no.
Time for it to go.
How dare you call it obsolete?
Obsolete. You'll understand when you see the new one. You'll be like, oh yeah, he was right. Obsolete.
You know, I'm just gonna jump over to Casa Rustan and enjoy the final moments of this greatness. Do you know how many?
I tested out the new build already, so it's replacing the spa. So the spa is gone already because I didn't want to figure out how to put it back because there's like special code to make the spa work, and I kind of forgot how to do it, and I didn't want to waste time figuring it out again. So right now it's Casa Rustan by itself. without the spot, and I tested the new build, and I'm happy to say that it worked without any issues on the first try. And so it was up for like 2 minutes, and then I put Kazakhstan back, and I'm excited. I'm really excited to share it with you guys.
I'm gonna have to drop by after the DJ battles and see what New Rustan is looking like. But for the meantime, I'm gonna drown myself in your pool here so that Sinful can forever live on in Kazakhstan version 1.
Well, it's version 2 actually. You remember version 1?
Yeah, you're right. This is version 2. I... Oh man, it's been so long. Like what was it? I'm like trying to think. I think it was like early December or late November of 2021. Just stumbling in here, and there was a party going on for like a cat project. I forget the cat project's name. Oh,
it was wow. Oh, Jesus. I give up on my brain.
yes, me too. But all I remember was cats, and if you know me, I love cats.
Kikis. It was the Kikis.
Kikis, yes, the Kiki project. I actually thought they were so dope, and
Yeah, they are.
I've to this point, I'm still kind of like debating on whether I should pick one up or not.
Well, the floor is way down, so like most community projects, you know.
So this be the time. This be the time to get my very own Kiki.
Yeah, I don't see the floor really going up, but if there's one you like, might as well, right?
Might as well for the IP rights. God, I can't believe this will be going away. I'll have to spend some time in a corner crying.
Yeah, I'll give you listeners some good alpha. I'm definitely gonna put it up like early Wednesday Pacific time and have it going just to make sure it's working. So, and I have like a new loop on the screens, so you can sort of just vibe before the DJ battle goes live.
Nice. Okay. If you would like to share, feel free to do so. Did you ever hit up that DJ we were talking about?
Oh yeah.
And...
forgot her name now.
Oh, I mean, is it okay if we said it? Or...
Yeah, you can say it if you want. I mean, she's just a little out of my price range.
Okay, I see. Then never mind. Doesn't matter. I was gonna ask you if she was gonna be.
Maybe someday I'll get her lined up, but not soon.
Oh yeah, I mean,
when the Vipes moon and pass up Bored Apes, I'll hire
her. I mean, yeah, I was just curious even to see what a DJ of like her with her following would be willing to charge on a set, on a 1 hour set. So that was cool.
I mean, I DM'd you that amount, but I don't think I should publicly say it because that's her business, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, totally. Maybe if we ever have her on Beyond the NFT, we can ask her. Yeah. One day we'll get her, Rustan. Did you catch like, speaking of kind of DJs within or music people within Twitch, did you catch Chris's show today?
Which Chris?
Or it was crossover Chrissa.
Oh no, I didn't catch that show. I thought you said Chris, not Chris. I didn't catch it. I was like out and about with family stuff.
Dude, she was loving Decentraland.
Oh, cool.
It
That's
was...
what I like to hear, man. Like, cause it's weird, cause like I've collaborated with a couple DJs that, you know, were all business and like barely popped into Decentraland, and it's like you have no idea what you're missing out on just doing this old school pay to play thing, you know, like jump in here. Like, I'm offering you opportunity to beyond like the amount that I'm giving you, you know, to like really maximize your reach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also on my end, like, I have talked to DJs. They're just in it for the business side of it. They're not really seeing the whole picture of it. But like from talking to Krissa, like, I kind of was the one that kind of helped put that together, and from like moment one, like she understood the assignment. She was like
Oh,
so
oh,
happy, she even, I was expecting her to kind of like say like, oh, I don't think I have enough hardware to be streaming and go on Decentraland, but instead she went out and got a laptop so that she can,
that's great.
yeah,
Yeah, like I started body painting on the East Coast in Massachusetts, and out there, the model industry is not like it is in Hollywood, and I worked with a lot more people that were willing to get painted for the sake of creativity and making something cool, And then I moved out here, and it was a lot harder because you're like dealing with people that are all about business and only care about money. And for me, like, money complicates everything. Like, I hate money so much, and it really spoils artwork to a certain degree. And so, like, I've gone through kind of some lulls here in California where, like, there's great models, but if they're only focused on money, then that already kills our collaboration a little bit, because like I can only push the art of it so far without them just thinking like, my time's up, gotta go. Like I'm all about making shit and capitalizing off of it later.
Yep. I mean, it's all about the people around you, the people that you help along the journey, the people that you provide an experience for. Um, that, at least, like, even from my point of view, of course, I haven't been doing it as long as you have, Rustan, but like I had mentioned, it's like you have been a mentor to me in this space, and I have learned a lot from you.
Thank you, man. I mean, it's been awesome watching you get to where you are at. I've always been trying to share my belief that you got to do what you want to do because you love it, and have as much fun as possible, and don't sweat the money. Like, it'll come, in different ways as a bonus, and especially in the Web3 world. And I wish everybody could hear that, because you see it clear as day, the people that have financial motivations, and that's fine.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with that, but it's like you really benefit more if you go at it with a true authentic heart, and I want everybody to succeed, man. I want them to shed those Web 2 strategies, just shed it and just like come out and just like be yourself and have a good time and succeed like a boss. And like I saw that in you from day one, and that's why we did so many awesome things collaborating with your streams and Casa Rustan, and then you moved on and did so many other cool things. And like I saw that, and I remember encouraging, like, just be careful, just stay true to yourself. Like, don't let certain things sway you. And I think you've done a very, very good job at that, at maintaining your true self. And we've seen so many Twitch streamers come and go that had different motivations,
Totally. Love how you bring it back to how you mentioned, like, in Web3, like in this space, it's kind of very easy to see people's motives.
Yeah, it's like extremely easy. It's crazy.
It is. Like, in real life, there's like so many layers to people, but here in Web3, it's like they don't have the patience to just like chill and vibe out and then tell you what they want. It's more of a like, okay, I've hung out for 5 minutes with you. This is what I do, and and this is what you should buy.
Right. It's like as soon as someone new gets their first taste of earned crypto, they see like money signs, and then they go hard after that. And I've never been like that. I think the reason it was easier for me because my Web 2 life has always been a struggle. So like I never really made a lot of money in the 20 years that I did body painting, 18 years that I did body painting, right? So like when I jumped into crypto and I started seeing what felt like my value being what it should be, I was like, all right, I'm cool here. Like, I don't need to like, I joined Web3 with no intention of making money. And I remember the first 4 months, like I didn't make a sale, a big ETH sale in 4 months. And I was watching all my colleagues like score insane ETH, like $15,000 sales, and I was like, okay, well, I think my goal is going to be the longest running artist without making a sale. Because I'm not going back. I'm not going back to pay galleries 50% commissions and packing and storing art and framing, paying framers and paying print shops. Like I'm not throwing my money to other people anymore. I'm done with that. Like this is where my work belongs. And if that means I have to still struggle, then that's that. And we saw the opposite because I just gave what I've always given with my art to a world that was ready to receive it.
Exactly. And I love very nicely put, by the way. And I feel like in this space for those that are true to their art, this is like the place they belong. So I'm happy you found this space. I'm happy that like you didn't get bored too quickly.
I don't get.
Yeah.
I obsess. I find the new things. I find out how to do well on the new things, and I just keep rolling. There's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's crazy. The whole thing is crazy.
Yes, all this is just crazy. This is literally far from traditional in any sense, really.
Yeah.
Well, Rustan, I guess my last question for you tonight would be, and I think you may have answered it before, but maybe there's something else. Is there anything that you're excited about for your upcoming Vertex show? Anything that everyone should keep an eye out for?
Well, I mean, it's cool to display a body painting from beginning to end, and it's funny. I'm painting Sawyer, who is the model that I painted. Right, I painted her more than anybody. I painted her. This was my 11th time this year painting her. I have to count. Like I've known her for 8 years now, and I don't think I've recorded a full body painting with her until yesterday, and we were laughing about that and talking about it, and I'm really excited to share that. It's because I stopped doing live streams before I met her, and so I'm really excited to share that with everybody. And it, what I love about sharing this with people is that it, a lot of people project their opinions of nudity on me. Think they think I like to be around naked chicks, but they don't notice that I've also painted men too, and everyone assumes why I paint on naked people, and what they usually think is not why. I just prefer painting on people over painting on paper or canvas. Like I learned after the first time I painted on a person that I'm not built for drawing on paper. Like I always hated it. I always hated the result. My inner critic was brutal. And painting on a person, like I've said before, like I'm an introvert, and it's nice to be around a person, just the two of us, for a few hours and develop a relationship and learn about humans individually and hear their stories and talk to my canvas, and the canvas responds, and then once it's done they move around and they transform it into a whole new piece of work that is no longer mine. I can look at it as if someone else did it. And so I love that by doing these live streams or like showing you video of beginning to end, you enter my world a little bit, and you begin to see that it's not necessarily what you thought. It's a lot of work. And usually I spend 2 to 3 hours on a body painting, and I flew through this 1 hour and a half. And I think you'll learn from that a little bit. Like I come from a world of nudity. I've been around naked people a lot my entire life, but I do remember what it was like the first time I drew from a nude live model. And that was an 80-year-old man. And everyone assumes that like your first nude model is an attractive woman, but it's like, I don't know. It's just nice to be able to share this experience with people that are not familiar with these type of things, and I think it helps normalize what I do a little bit, just a touch, so that you can see. And I think any any weird issues that you may have about nudity, that you kind of shed it after the first 3 minutes of watching me work, and then you start to understand me a little bit more.
Totally. I remember like from our first Beyond the NFT episode, one thing that was kind of like highlighted is that like you're not coming from a place that, oh, I'm painting on a naked chick. It's more of like, the reason why models come to you is because of your level of professionalism within the space.
Right. I mean, my intentions are very clear, especially to the models right from the get-go. Like once you meet me in person, you see how like I'm not a creeper. Like I have no weird motivations, and they pick up on that super fast. They pick up on my intention super fast, and we become fast friends most of the time. I've had some models that I never want to paint again, but for the most part, we become really good friends. And people that look at my work don't think about that sometimes, that like when they make certain remarks, like locker room remarks and things like that, you're talking about my friend, like, and I'm not into that, and like, I've gotten emotionally close to my models. We're like really close friends. They rely on me to share, some things happening in their lives, and I help guide them through it, and vice versa. And it's just a celebration of the person that I'm painting, and not everybody can see that. And I think the more that you really engulf yourself in my work, the more you can start to see that, and get rid of those preconceived notions that might be in your head.
Totally. It's I mean, just keep doing what you're doing, Rustan. Keep like being out there and putting yourself in the public eye, because the more people that meet you, the more people will understand about like what you're really about.
Well, it's kind of crazy. I feel like I'm in a crossroads right now with AI and 3D avatars and things, and like the thought now of not having to schedule a model or pay them a cut of a sale and just do it on a 3D figure is very appealing to me. Like I could just like relax one day, and if I feel like painting on a 3D model, I'll just do that real quick, and it's been really cool to make body paint wearables for your avatars and see them sell out because people want it. And like I remember trying to sell yoga pants at one time for people that love my work and always wanted to get painted, but they didn't have the guts or whatever reason they couldn't, like it's kind of cool. That whole thing is kind of cool. So there's like more options presenting themselves to me for this awesome future that we're about to embark on.
Yeah. So I know I said that the last question was kind of the last question, but I don't think I've ever asked you this before. Like, where do you draw your inspiration for the art that you draw on your models?
There's like 3 different ways. Sometimes I'm just hit with inspiration and I run with it.
Like at the moment, like you're here ready to paint. This is what I will make.
Well, I do that a lot actually lately, because like time is flying, and I try to do a body painting every week, and before I know it, a week has gone by, so I don't have time to prepare for it. So I just the model shows up and I say, let's just wing it, But for the most part, most of my career, it would be like kind of like how I made Blockbuster Video on Hyperfy. It was just a joke at first. In the Last Slice Discord, I was like, we should make the Blockbuster Video in the metaverse. And people laughed, but it stayed in my mind. And then I was like, I need to do this. And so I did it, And so that happens with body painting. Sometimes that's my favorite, because those are like the most magical experiences. It's like being tapped by God, say do this, and then it's like, okay. That's what that kind of feels like. And so I have like a handful of body paintings that I've done like that. Other times I'll just talk to the model, learn a little bit who they are, listen to their interests, what their favorite colors are, what are their goals in life, and usually something inspiring comes out of that conversation that I've never done before, maybe, and then other times I'll just be like out and about in the real world, and I see the most amazing location, and I'll just be like, I need to put a body painting at this location and photograph it, and those are pretty much the main 4 ways that things show up.
Kind of happen. I'd love to hear kind of like the process. I mean, sometimes in a way, I I kind of course in a different form, but I kind of like relate to you even with some of my shows. Like sometimes it's just like I just show up and do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think like everyone should think like that. Like it's not just me, and it's not just for body painting, and it's not just for art. Like I think it's a good way to roll in life. Like a lot of people get stuck because they overthink and they overlabor things, and sometimes and then you have like writer's block.
Mhm.
I haven't had writer's block in like forever. Like I don't remember the last time I had that. Like I have my go-to styles that I could still play with if I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm just gonna start doodling and see what comes out. You know what I mean? And it's like go with the flow, And I would love to see more people do that and let go of those things that are locking them up.
Yes, 100%, 100%. So many individuals out there that like want to start a stream, want to produce music live on a stream or whatever, and just feel like they are not good enough yet. But
Yeah.
like the thing is that like you are good enough. Start that stream and just watch how your skills just manifest from there.
And you got to always remember too that whatever you're passionate about, and especially after you spend at least a year working on it, your worst is still better than most people's because they've never tried it.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can rely on that a little bit for comfort. Like don't let that voice in your head stop you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can acknowledge it and say thanks for the input, but I'm gonna go for this shit despite what you think.
Totally. Well, I'm really happy that you joined us here tonight, Rustan. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Sin.
So I guess we've been running for almost like 2 hours now, which is awesome. I guess it is a good time to wind down a little bit. Perhaps I'll pass the mic over to AZ. Are there any final thoughts that you would like to leave with our listeners and viewers, and as well as like any social medias where people can find your work and support? Oh, okay. Now I'm seeing that. And
I put her to sleep.
okay.
With my soft ASMR voice, she went to sleep.
You do have a nice voice.
I've been told that by models a lot.
I see. Okay, I see. Anne. Oh, there's Anne. How are ya? We lost her.
Oh, I hope I don't get any crazy feedback.
I put her to sleep.
No, I'm listening. I was just saying.
You have a nice voice.
Okay. I wonder if the feedback is from
Winding down.
from watching the stream.
Deja freaking vu, man. Jesus. Whoa.
Hey, but I'm in Decentraland too, and I still haven't figured out like how to not have the feedback, but I really wanted to be in Decentraland.
Oh, I mean, if you right click on the tab, you can usually like mute the tab, and
I click on the tab to mute it. Okay, cool. That's what I would do.
wonder if the feedback is from
Winding down.
Deja freaking vu, man.
Boom. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
No, this has been great. Thank you so much. Like, I am so excited to be in Decentraland and to have just met, 2 artists that I did not know about until just like a couple weeks ago, and just to hear more about your process. And this has just been amazing. So thanks so much. It's like it's expanded my world so much, and I'm just like I gotta make Decentraland wearables like now, like yesterday. Like I just maybe like okay, maybe how about this? Could I do like I need someone to help me. I need to make the art that I make on Thursday. Like I want to turn that into a wearable too. I think it'd be so fun.
Rips to
Anyways,
your DMs.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, anytime, even if people don't destroy your DMs after mentioning this tonight, even in here, you can definitely find someone that will help you. I'm sure Tang can find someone that will help you. This is a big community of creators and all that are willing to support others. So yeah, just always make yourself available. Always be out there reaching out and supporting, and you'll see how kind of the support comes back around.
For sure. That's the thing, the number one thing that I love the most about Web3 is like how focused it is on community and community building and making connections and like sharing skills with people. I think that's amazing.
Yes, and if okay, I'm looking at the Discord. I hope I'm not calling CK out, but I see CK down in the productivity chat. So they are probably out down there, like messing around with Blender and stuff like that. So that's someone that can help a little bit. Also, if you see SRJH in this Discord around, just you can always ping him. Oh, super loving individual, always willing to help, as well as even Specimen 13. Like it's like X111. If you see him around, you can ask him for help as well.
Cool. Okay, that's great. I love that there's so many people that are just like open to help and sharing. But yeah, this has been wonderful. So thanks. So fun. It's like I can't think of a better way to spend a Monday night, because Mondays are always kind of like, Monday.
Ooh, well, I have to say, Mondays on Decentraland are poppin'.
Yeah, it's like a Friday.
Yes, yes, exactly. Like we celebrate the beginning of the week here.
Yes, I love that.
So, I guess, where could our viewers and listeners find your art, and how could they support? And if they wanted to reach out to you, what's the best place they can connect with you?
Yeah, I would say Twitter, Anzan Silver on Twitter is going to be the best way right now. I'm currently building out my website, and I've got some NFTs that are going to be dropping this week. I've got stuff listed on OpenSea under Anzan Silver. But yeah, definitely my DMs are open on Twitter, so you guys can hit me up there. And I'm on there every day, so throughout the day, every day. That's definitely my most active social. So yeah.
Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So I'll pass it to Rustan. Any final thoughts before we close out, and what is the best way to contact you and support you?
Twitter, I guess, is the easiest way. Rustan NFT, ROUSTAN NFT, and everybody have fun. Love you all. Gucci Toe, King Gucci Toe, man. Like talking about authenticity and going for it. I love seeing, like I said about you, Sin, how far you've come. And Gucci Toe, man, day one we've been working together, and now you're like playing everywhere. I'm seeing it's amazing. Same with like people like CJ Trax and Stony Eye, and all the OGs. So like just keep it up. Keep on hustling, everybody. Love you all.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, Rustan, and even I'll pass it over to you, Gucci.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us, and to Rustan and Jam, thank you so much for participating in this program. This one's near and dear to my heart, and also a big, huge thank you to Tang Poka. As I said earlier, she's helped elevate this thing to the next level, and not just this project, but everything. Sometimes working with Tang, I feel like I'm working in an accelerator of sorts, and I'm very grateful for that relationship, which actually came by way of introduction through Rustan all those ages ago. So I guess all the thanks belongs to Rustan. But yeah, I'm excited for season 3, especially after tonight and seeing a lot more of the artist's work. And I want to say that augmented reality shirt, the animation you've got on there is so cool. That is amazing. I looked through your work, but I didn't see that. I didn't see the augmented reality stuff, and that is super dope. I'm really pumped to see you work. I'm really pumped to see Jam work as well. The quantity of modalities that he does, like, it maybe all be paintings, but geez, man, he kind of runs the gamut for styles, different styles of art. So I'm really pumped to see everybody work. And yeah, thank you so much. Make sure you pick up your Vertex token, everybody. One last plug. Make sure you pick up your Vertex token. The QR code is on the screen there. 100% of the funds from the Vertex sales goes to these artists, split between them. So by buying a Vertex token, not only are you getting yourself a piece of their work that you see created in front of you, you also get a Decentraland wearable, a 3D token, and you're supporting these artists. And you get a chance to hop on the reroll train with 2 Vipe hero giveaways that our partners over at Vipe has provided to us. So thank you in advance if you plan on getting one. If you have already gotten one or more than one, thank you so much for supporting these artists and this project. It means the world to me. And thank you, Sinful, for having us all on here and helping spread the word and everything that you do for this community. You're a huge asset.
Thank you, Gucci, for being here. It's been fun having everyone here tonight. I'm very happy that that thing Poco suggested this episode. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. She's full of good ideas.
She is. If anyone would like to contact you, what's the best place to contact you, or even maybe support? What would you say is? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Twitter's okay. I hate Twitter DMs so freaking much, man. I'll go weeks without checking them, and I'm bad about that. Discord's always the best, and it's Gucci Toe 4999. It's kind of easy to remember. But yeah, hit me on Twitter if you need to. I know nobody's gonna remember that, so hit me on Twitter. I'll start checking it more. Yeah. Yeah, no, those are probably the best 2 ways to get me. And I'm always here in Decentraland. I'm here at DollHouse every Thursday night, and then various places throughout the days as well. So you can usually find me here.
Nice. And of course, shout out to Vipe.
Yes. And Hug as well. The Hug at .xyz providing us Jam and so that's I think they're going to prove to be a great resource for the community.
Totally. So yeah, as far as Vipe goes, everyone make sure to get your Vipe hero. Make sure to join the reroll cult. Is it a cult, or is it just like the beginning stages of a cult and we're just like a peaceful protest or something?
It has potential. It has cult potential for sure.
I've been hearing that Discord is so litty. So yeah, if anyone listening, just keep an eye out for that. Join the Discord. Scan the QR code on the bottom left of your screen currently, or in the back wall over here with AZ's artwork in this banner. You'll see a QR code right there in the bottom. And so yeah, thank you, Gucci Toe, for being here tonight, and thank you for talking to us about Vertex season 3. Is it series 3 or season 3?
Series, either one. Series is
I
what
like
we're
series better. It's because I'm like covering the series word right here. So, thank you for being here tonight, and I'll just do a couple quick shout outs. To our sponsors up at the top, thank you very much, Songbird Collective, Metal One Designs, Fox Boards, Dr. Drip, and of course our beautiful host for every Beyond the NFT at Dollhouse, the baby dolls. Thank you for all the maintenance in the dollhouse that you do, all the mews that you hang up at a weekly basis just to satisfy me and my hunger for mew. Really appreciate you, dolls, and much love to everyone here that attended tonight's episode. This has been a special one. I got to invite Gucci Toe back to the show. I got to invite Rustan back, and we even met 2 new friends that, so I'm very happy with what the future might bring here. And yeah, thank you everyone. Take care. Let's see, as far as Twitch goes, I'll probably look for a DJ to raid. And yeah, probably Tang will take over the screen. She doesn't like it when I play cartoons on the big screen. Take care everyone, and stand by. All right, coming back onto the mic here. Looks like we will be rating Elise Jong. She is a cello player. I popped into her streams a few times. Very talented. Let's show some Decentraland love. Much love to you all. Thank you for attending tonight's episode of Beyond the NFT. These are truly special events for me, and I can't thank you all enough.